everyone, it's Froggy, and I'm back again with another episode of C14 Dating. So, we're on the last day now, and everybody's starting to go home. We already said our goodbyes, so this is where the new stuff starts. I'm gonna go ahead and start. We continued to chat about future plans until Augustin checked his watch and announced that it was time to go. Sherry followed Augustin, but Hendrik lingered behind and fiddled with his keys idly.
You won't mind if I stay here tonight? I can drive you straight to the airport in the morning.
Wow, could you? I'd hate to impose, but it'd help. Spare me dragging my luggage around the train stations.
Then it's settled. Besides, the main excavation of the cave will be wrapping up soon, and I need to go over some things.
It's not year-round?
Most of the digging is done in the summer, thanks to the students. Other than that, a small team works under my uncle. I'm whisked away doing other work in Germany by then. I'm like a rolling stone.
He chuckled and gestured toward the building.
Anyway, you know where to find me.
Hendrik? I peered into the laboratory, surprised to discover he wasn't occupied. If he wasn't working as usual, then...
Ah, there you are. All ready for the flight tomorrow?
Yes, no delays, and my parents will be picking me up when I arrive. Hendrik mixed something in a saucepan, and from a glance I could tell it was vegetables. I knew I should be more patient, but I wanted to discuss the answer I've been harboring for the past week. I casually propped myself up on the counter, my hands gripping the edges. Are the grades all in?
I went over everything with my uncle last night. If you're going to ask about yours, it's ultimately up to Sherry to finalize your mark. I simply gave her my unbiased opinion.
Unbiased? We exchanged a soft chuckle before we settled into a comfortable silence. I stared at my shoes. So, can I give you my answer? He halted, sensing the importance. He turned the knob on the stove, presuming to low or off, and placed the wooden spoon down. Sorry, you didn't have to do that.
I'd rather give you my undivided attention.
Thanks. Anyway, I know you're at a different point in your life than mine. Your career is already established. You travel a lot, and it wouldn't be easy to make time for each other. I still have 2 years to go, more if I jump into my master's right away. Thinking long term has never been my strong point, but I see a future with you. We've only known each other for a while, but I really like you. I want to see where this relationship will go. He's so cute. He extended a hand and affectionately ruffled my hair, drawing his head closer to mine.
Same here. I thought you were declining at first. It would have been understandable, but I swear my heart stopped there for a moment.
Sorry, didn't mean to startle you again. He withdrew his hand and stepped back.
Now I'm honestly a little scared bringing this up. I should have told you sooner, but I could never find the right time.
Scared? Can we still get in trouble since you were my mentor?
We should be in the clear now as long as we don't broadcast our relationship too soon. No, I'm worried that our priorities will be different. It's not the easiest thing to bring up casually.
He steered himself with a deep breath.
I'm ace, or asexual. Oh. Okay.
I know. Hendrik froze as he absorbed the response.
Wait, you knew? How?
Rosemary slipped it out by accident. Ace geologist.
When?
During the festival.
Wait, then when I asked you out, you already knew?
Yes.
And you said yes?
Yes.
And you have romantic feelings for me?
Yes.
And you don't mind?
It's a part of who you are, and I don't love you any less for it.
I mean, it's cute. It's cute.
His face lit up excitedly, and he leaned in before I could react. He hugged me effusively, and I embraced him in return, burying my face into his shoulder.
I'll forgive Rose for this one. Thank you. You have no idea how relieved I am.
I still appreciate you telling me. I guess it wasn't easy, huh?
It's always a little nerve-wracking. It's not something I mention unless there's a reason.
He kissed my forehead and playfully brushed away my unruly strand of hair.
I promise to make you happy. I really care about you. I know I'm clumsy when it comes to romance, but if you'd like me to...
We'll take this relationship at your pace, Hendrik. I'm just happy being with you. We don't have to worry about it, for a while anyway. There's a whole long-distance thing to get through first. Please tell me it won't be until next summer that I get to see you.
I can visit earlier than that. I know you have school, and I don't expect you to miss your classes. My work wraps up somewhere early December in Germany, if you'd like. Something burning?
I'm not really a pyro. Wait.
Verdoir. Verderie. I don't know. Is that what he said?
Coughing, Hendrik plunged into the dark smoke that emitted from the saucepan. He quickly reached in and turned the knob before transporting the charred meal to another stovetop. Yep, this is the boyfriend I picked. I hopped off the counter in case he needed help.
It looks like I set it to high instead of low.
This is the second time now.
I swear, I don't usually burn things. Both times it's because I was distracted by you. Still, sorry, Melissa. I wanted your last dinner in Belgium to be a proper one. I didn't bring enough ingredients for a second attempt, and I was going to make sautéed vegetables on rice.
I looked at the pile of half-sliced mushrooms, broccoli, garlic, and peppers left on the wooden board. I remembered there was some eggs and milk and butter in the fridge. Leave it to me.
Have something in mind already?
I'm not as good as you, but I can make mean scrambled eggs. Besides, you've already cooked for me before. I would have returned the favor. It'll be our last dinner together after all. While I gathered the items from the fridge, Hendrik sliced up the rest of the vegetables. So, before the plume, what were you saying?
Oh, right. I was going to say that I could visit you as early as December if it worked for you.
I'd love that. We could even plan that road trip together. Drive along the San Andreas Fault, check out the San Gabriel Mountains near LA. If we pull over to the side of the road, please avoid getting arrested a second time.
There isn't even a first time.
I laughed while I guesstimated how much butter I'd need for the saucepan. As we talked and bantered, I could imagine us doing this many more times. Those 4 months couldn't come quickly enough.
You got everything?
Yes. I pulled my luggage onto the curb, glancing over at the automatic doors leading to the airport. Hendrik saw my dejected expression and mustered up a small smile.
It'll only be 4 months. It'll be December before you know it. It'll come so fast we'll wonder where the time went and regret procrastinating on our plans.
I chuckled lightly and stepped up onto the curb to give me the extra height. Hopefully, these 2 months did fly by quickly. What's another 4?
That's the spirit. Please message or email me when you arrive so I know you got home safely. Take care, Melissa.
Cradling my cheek, he kissed my forehead and pulled away. I furrowed my eyebrows disappointedly. That's it?
What's it? Oh!
Chuckling, he tilted his head and pressed his lips against mine, his stubble tickling my chin in the process. The kiss was chaste and filled with tenderness. When he was done, his eyes met mine for approval.
Better?
I launched from my tippy toes and hugged him tightly. Much better. Knowing it would be harder to depart the longer I stalled, I tugged on the handle of my luggage and took a step back. Thanks for everything, Hendrik.
Likewise. I know it'll be tough being apart, but hang in there.
I rolled my eyes, but snickered anyway. His silly pun kept my tears in check, and we hastily exchanged one last goodbye. 4 months later. My parents said they'd be back from a friend's in a few days, so we can make ourselves at home. And voila, this is my bedroom.
This room is very you, Melissa. It's genius.
I was thankful that we had a few extra days to prepare ourselves for Hendrik's proper introduction to my family. He'd need that time to recover from the jet lag anyway. More Moreover, Hendrik and I had a week-long road trip all planned out. We would drive to the Point Arena. I admit I never explored much of North California, so it was exciting for me. And make our way down through San Francisco, San Juan Bautista, and Carrizo Plain before returning to Los Angeles. I followed the San Andreas Fault faithfully. How's Augustine and Rosemary and everyone? I'm guessing your uncle knows about us by now?
More or less. He put two and two together when I said I was coming here for the holidays. Rose is visiting her family as usual. Oh, and I got a recent email from Kyler. He's enjoying his work in Germany. It's at an archaeological site similar to ours. I haven't heard from DeAndre in a while. I did attend one of his games. When it was against my home team, I can tell he's been working hard. I'm not sure what Shoji is up to. I know Kyler talks to him often, though.
He glanced at my luggage in the corner.
All packed for the trip?
Yep. I even printed off our schedule and arrival estimates.
Ah, that one's outdated. I made some changes.
He reached into his pocket and pulled out a folded paper.
Probably a little out of the way. I don't know the area, but I think it'll be worth it if I got the directions right.
Taking the paper, I examined the address at the top. Outside of San Fran, but it's doable. Why this hotel? I scanned through the pictures, my eyes setting on a luxury king suite with a fireplace. I didn't have to be in color for me to realize this was a ritzy hotel. A perfect romantic getaway, complimentary evening wine and hors d'oeuvres for 2 nights? Hendrik, oh my gosh, are you sure?
I knew it'd mean a lot to you. I'm not that good at being romantic, but I thought, whoa.
I practically latched onto him, causing him to stagger back in my rush.
This is such a huge... What? This is such a huge step. I didn't want to pressure you or... Melissa. Make you feel like you were... Melissa. I appreciate this so much.
I released him and glanced up quizzically. You're okay with this? His eyes widened like I asked what a sediment was.
Of course, I mean, it'd be selfish if the road trip revolved only around geology. I tend to get lost in my own interests, so it's something I'm working on. You're important to me, and I hope to never fail in expressing that. You're worth your weight in gold.
I should punish you for these jokes one day. Hendrik leaned over and kissed me. It was filled with more passion than the one I remembered from the airport. His hand cradled my back fondly as he separated. I was speechless for a moment before I scrambled for a flimsy response. Someone's getting a little bolder.
And you say my puns are bad.
I chuckled before we leaned in for another kiss. I was confident everything would work out. Whatever rocky obstacle, we would face it together. I even embraced his sense of humor.
Aw, that was sweet. I liked that. Hendrik's a cutie. He's a total cutie. So that was the end of his true ending, which means that tomorrow you'll get to see his friendship ending. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. If you want to see more videos from me, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.